Hey, welcome to another episode of beersandbars.com. Today, I wanted to discuss something a little more personal, something closer to me, and that is type 2 diabetes. Now, back in April of 2018, um, I was realizing different things happening to me. For instance, I was walking up a steep hill, and then finally, when I reached the top, I realized that my vision was blurry and I was really out of breath. But that was the out of breath part was because I was out of shape. The blurry part, that's the eyes being blurry, my vision being blurry. That's what kind of scared me. So I made an appointment with my doctor, and it wasn't too much of a surprise, but I realized that I had type 2 diabetes. That was the diagnosis. My sugar was all the way up to 200, and my A1 was up to 9. And, it was bad. Now, I'm not one to blame beer, but it's not so much the beer, but it's what you do afterwards, and it's what you don't do. As far as not working out, having a poor diet throughout, like everything, every other meal was probably fast food. Um, and, so the beer played a role, but it wasn't the main culprit. It was everything else that I was doing. So obviously, as a beer lover, you always have to find that balance, and so when you at first you get the diagnosis, obviously everything comes at a shock, and you're like, well, we got to do something about it, right? So we stop eating poorly, we start exercising, we stop doing everything, even including drinking beer. um, and then you do that and you think because you did something for a month that everything should be fine, right? But it's not. The way you think about it is you spent your entire lifetime getting this disease. It's not going to change in a month. You can't change it. That's not the way it works. You have to continually work at it to reverse it would be great. If you could get rid of diabetes, that would be wonderful. But I think the main concern is to regulate it, is to control it, is to understand that up to a certain point, if your sugar's too high, you're hurting your internals. It's not just your sugar's high, it's just you're hurting your kidneys, you're hurting your vision, you're hurting other things in your body. So the main focus should be um, getting it to a controllable, something that's consistent, that you understand that if you do this and do that, your sugar will be between this and that. So obviously, the main goal is to defeat it and to overcome it. But small steps, little steps. So you go through stages. You work out. As soon as you get the diagnosis, you do what you do, and then you go back to the doctor, and you made some improvement. Good for you, but it's not where you think you should be. You think you should be cured, but that's not the way it works. So then you go through a lull. You go through, well, nothing I do will help me with this disease. And then you go back to certain habits. And then you go back to the doctor and you realize, hey, what happened? You're back. You're back up. And then after that, you realize that, you need to be around and you need to do better. And you start doing better. But the thing is not to be extreme, not to be laxical, but it is to find something in between, where you work out. You don't kill yourself, but you work out. You take that walk, even though you don't want to. You get on that exercise bike, and even if it's just for 20 minutes, you do it. Or even if it's a walk around the block, you do it. And I think the most important thing for me is to make everything of value. And what I mean by that is that meal that you're having, is that valuable to you? How will you feel afterwards? bring more value to what you eat. Take care of yourself, how you feel. Even I know that just when I gain a lot of weight, I can't sleep. My back hurts. But when I just lose 10 pounds, I feel totally different. Just by losing simple 10 pounds, I sleep better. You feel better. Your clothes feels better. Um, and the diet that I prefer is a low carb diet. And the reason, and not keto or super low carb, or I'm not eating anything with carbs, but what it is that you just keep it low. You keep your carbs low. And I'm not saying just eat a piece of meat every day. Eat a lot of vegetables, salads, vegetables, mushrooms, bell peppers, beautiful, beautiful, green leaves. And yes, throw in a couple lean meats once in a while. But the thing is that when you're low carbing, you have to maintain low carb, because if you're eating a lot of carbs as far as bread and pasta, and on top of that you're thinking you're low carbing, you're just you're just killing your diet and doing, and I don't want to say diet, but you're just doing the worst things. And it's just, and understand your disease. It's not as simple as stop eating sugar and your diabetes will go away. You understand certain things that spike it. Sometimes you do have to eat. It's just not starving yourself. You have to eat, and maybe in small portions, but you constantly have to eat. You just have to be smart on what you eat. Your snacks. Instead of getting a bag of potato chips, get a bag of nuts or something. Even though it has carbs, but it's good carbs. Um, and maybe you get a better cut of meat. You splurge a bit. So instead of going to a fast food joint where you're just going to feel terrible after you eat it, spend a little more money, eat better, because if you value yourself and understand that you are a valuable person, then I believe your diet will work itself out and you will be better. Now, in a big circle, how does that play with beer? Now, at first, when I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, my main thing was just to stop, because obviously what I was doing was not working. And that's just stop everything. Stop the fast food, stop the beer, stop just being a couch potato, and just get up and do something. It doesn't matter what you do. Just get up and walk, even though it's walk around the corner, park a little further, walk up that one flight of stairs, while you're going up an escalator, instead of just standing there, walk. It's not about turning into an Iron Man instantly. It's just about taking those little steps, buying a fitness tracker, making those, started at 5,000 steps a day, then 6, then 7, then 8, and then eventually 10,000, and even hopefully 20,000. And even turn amusement park visits into a fitness type thing. We love going to Disneyland. Easily get 20 steps a day at Disneyland, and you just have to watch out on what you're eating, and you turn it into a day of fitness, of taking care of yourself. And just like I said, just losing those 10 pounds, even 1 pound, 2 pound, or even controlling what you eat, not eating that heavy meal before you go to sleep, pastas or bread or something really, really heavy. You wake up and you have that feeling of, my pants just feel a little bit better, my shirt feels a little bit better, I'm a little bit lighter, and we're not going to turn into supermodels, but it's also a mental thing. Now, beer. What about beer? I love beer. I was reading a book just today, Black Elk Speaks, and whenever he had a vision or he wanted to recreate his vision, he talked about the sacred pipe, and we all know what that is, right? The sacred pipe. And beer for me puts you into a different mindset, but you have to respect that mindset, right? We all enjoy the buzz, but let's not get drunk, right? Let's not regret blackout drunk. Let's not regret it in the morning. Take it easy. Um, and you know, and especially now with type 2 diabetes, the thing is, even if you're drinking, um, prepare your food ahead of time. You know, like I like to have barbecues, and I'm Mexican, so tortillas, salsa. Um, you like to eat all that good stuff, especially tortillas, you know. But you make that carne asada, it's all good. But then you incorporate it, instead of a tortilla, a lettuce wrap, right? You put some salsa on it. Yes, I understand it's not the same thing. I understand that it doesn't replace the tortilla. Tortillas are wonderful, beautiful, but you have type 2 diabetes and you have to change your mindset. And that's what I had to do. So, tacos, lettuce tacos, right? Right? That's what we're doing. But with your mom's salsa, everything tastes good with your mom's salsa, right? It's good. So you got to pass on the frijoles, but you can still put some little queso de cotija on your taco, enjoy it, and just chill. Another thing that they have now, obviously, is these low calorie, low carb beers, and that's cool. I understand that. Or do they taste as good as craft beer? No, no, way no, right? But they're an option, right? But you also have to control what you're drinking. If you're drinking a 12 pack of this, then you're missing the point. What you need to do is, if you're going to drink a 12 pack of this, then go ahead and drink a 6 pack of craft beer and enjoy yourself in moderation and everything, right? If you're going to drink a 12 pack or even further of this, then you're missing the point. 6 pack of this, great. 2.6 carbs, 4.95 calories, 4.2 alcohol by volume. So obviously you could drink a lot, but that defeats the purpose. So the point is as a beer drinker, as a lover of barbecues, and that's anybody, that goes for any race, Mexicans, Americans, Italians, wherever. We love gatherings. We love to be together with our family, and we like big meals. Plan ahead. My mom now, whenever we bring lettuce and we have burgers or even tacos, once in a while she makes a lettuce wrap, or she makes a hamburger with just the lettuce, because it's just about making better choices. Now, when I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, I think it's important to stop everything, because you need to get it to a point where you understand, because you don't want to keep doing what you're doing and then realize that your sugar is not going lower, or your weight's not lowering the correct way. And that's because you have to create a base point. When I was diagnosed, I was at 250. Now I'm at 230. I feel better. My clothes feel better. I feel good wearing clothes that before would feel tight. Now it feels better. And it's just an overall attitude. So don't blame beer. Don't blame beer, because I remember it's not like I'm all holy now walking on water, but I'd drink a bunch of beer and then I'd go to Del Taco or go to McDonald's, and that's the bad part. That's the terrible part of it. So keep on drinking your beer, but get it to a point where you understand it. You do it. Maybe you call it a cheat day, right? You call it a cheat day, a cheat beer day. You do it, and then you get back on the wagon, you keep working out, you keep watching what you're eating, and you make it to the point where you control your disease and your disease doesn't control you, and you protect your inside, your outside, your mentality, and you're here for your family. All right, guys. Well, I guess this was a very sober beersandbars.com. And, if you guys have any comments or any suggestions or anything like that, let me know. But thank you for watching. And if you haven't done so already, have a great beer. And if you have to take a break, take a break. Come back. We'll still be here to take a drink with you. And when you come back, we'll see your progress. We'll cheer you on. And we'll say good job. Keep it going. And whatever ailments you may have doesn't make you less of a person if you have to take a break and tell everybody else that, hey, I'm human, because I'm human too. And if we need to take a break, then we take a break and we come back. And if we need to take another break, we take another break and then we come back, because we're fighters, right? All right, guys, well, take care of yourselves so that we can have this interaction for as long as we can, and just make you come first and take care of yourselves. All right, guys, thanks for watching another episode here on beersandbars.com.